Hey guys, what's up? It's Jules here for WhatCulture.com with another episode of the most insane things happening in wrestling this week. The show that does exactly what it says on the tin in the most annoying way possible. You're welcome. And if I look and sound like it's because I feel pretty ill. I'm back off my birthday time away, and this is what I come back to. Fantastic. Also, massive thank you to the boys here for my present. An Alicia Fox t-shirt. Happy days! Let's hit the intro. We begin much like how Adam Cleary scores one of his dates, with a series of distractions and then a rather bitter pill to swallow, because this week on Raw and SmackDown we've had to endure some rather stinky finishes. I'm speaking, of course, about the classic, oh, I'm a heel, I've distracted you, and then I'm going to do a roll-up and then win over a babyface. It happened 3 times on Raw, once on SmackDown, and then there's a pseudo one with Jinder Mahal in the mixed match one. It didn't lead there, but there was a lot going on. Now, I'm not criticising the talents at all. I sweat when I blink, but I am criticising the sheer laziness and repetition of the booking. We had Victor going over Bobby Roode. We had Seth Rollins basically eating a foot thanks to Dolph Ziggler. And then we had Elias, who made Bobby Lashley look like a bit of a tit. Now, one of those is fine in a night. But if you use it over and over again, what you're basically saying to the audience is, yeah, we're repeating it and we don't really care. It's not a good look for the WWE. When you're this size, you should have better quality for the endings of your matches. Because the whole point is, there's meant to be a suspension of disbelief when you go into wrestling, right? And there were even times back in the day where the WWE actually said, right, don't go near the steps, don't use the announce tables, because it's going to be used in a later spot in a later match. We want it to feel fresh and feel memorable. But by doing this, by having the same move, the same scenario come up again, what you're basically seeing is the WWE just going, you'll watch it anyway. Well, we won't, because you had the lowest Raw ratings, SmackDown ratings. I think it's lowest SmackDown ratings this week. Got there in the end. Like I said, I'm not feeling well. Be easy on me. In short, it is just insane to see how a company as large as the WWE is freewheeling like this and expecting to get away with it. So, pull up your socks, please. That's pulling up your socks, apparently. It's like I'm tossing off a fucking guy on stilts. I think many of us can agree, that The Undertaker back in his heyday, was kind of a, amazing presence. His entrance, his in-ring style, the way that he carried himself with such, gravitas. It's something that people really, really gravitated towards, and it's a reason why The Undertaker will, for many, live forever in the hearts of wrestling fans across the world. So therefore, it was kind of weird, to see him drop all of the character and do a, interview, where he wasn't, The Undertaker. I'm going to stop that whole, shtick right now, because The Undertaker goddamn carried it for me in his interview with Ed Young. Pastor Ed Young, I might add. And it's part of a series of chats with the pastor that he's doing with wrestlers who found faith, and basically talking about that and their life on the road and what it was like to be a wrestler in the heyday and blah, 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 blah. That sort of shtick. It is incredibly weird to see The Undertaker do this. He says the reason that he found faith is because of his wife, meaning that there definitely is still somebody on this planet who definitely terrifies the dead man. I got quite a kick out of that one. What was really interesting, though, was what Mark said about the future of the WWE. He was basically saying that a lot of people were criticising the fact that he was going up against Triple H, or the fact that there are older guys there coming back to do the rounds time and time again. And he was saying, well, unfortunately, he doesn't see anyone in the same light that he sees himself and some of his friends. He doesn't see that there is a future super megastar, as it were, to take his place. He said the reason why is because no one's really been geared up for it. You should tell that to Vince, mate. A bit of leeway on the promos would definitely go a long way for most of us. I can tell you that. And quite possibly you're the only one left that still has sway over the man. That's not to say that he didn't say some absolutely hilarious shit in this interview, though. He said, and this is my favourite bit, less is more when it comes to my character. Excuse me, mate? Is that why you have 15-minute WrestleMania entrances? Less is more, my arse. Plus, you had the fact that Ed Young was pretty much sitting on the edge of his seat like a little lapdog going, yes, yes, this is the best interview I've ever had. Basically burying his casket deep in Undertaker's tomb, if you know what I'm saying, in a manner similar to Shawn Michaels versus Hulk Hogan overselling. But still, it is insane to see the dead man drop the gimmick for a bit and just act like a normal, regular dude, wearing an American hat and saying you know a million times. You know, you really should, go and check it out. It's quite interesting. Now, according to Dirty Sheets, a site that is just a little bit more credible than a WhatCulture wrestling news piece, they've said that the Saudi Arabian government is willing to try, get this, to get The Rock to come back for the greatest WrestleMania pay-per-view as WWE champion, and they're willing to pay him $20 million to do it. Now, take it with a pinch of salt, but Jesus, that is silly money. I mean, could The Rock return for that sort of oily payday? I certainly would consider it. I'd get out of bed for a pack of Lambert and Butlers. But to be fair, The Rock has been quite sporadic with his involvement with the WWE since the 2015 booing, the Roman Reign-it-ins. When he looked so confused like he'd been booed for the first time in his life. He just didn't understand it, poor Rocky. Yeah, so since that, he's been quite sporadic. But still, for 20 million bones, you can't think that he wouldn't at least consider it. So if the rumour is true, then it shows that the Saudi Arabian government is willing to throw any amount of money to make this and future pay-per-views a success in their country. So instead of saying, whoa, that's crazy, slow down, I'm going to go the opposite way and say, f*** it. Get more legends back. I want to see more people doing the rounds. Get Stone Cold Steve Austin back. I don't care if he's broken. You've got the money. You can rebuild him. Nice little reference for my TV fans out there. Don't stop there either. CM Punk. You could use a bit of UFC action. And by that, I mean unbelievable f***ing check. But yeah, anyway, 20 million geos to get a Rock. Are you having a f***ing giraffe?
Less up, those downs.
Right, okay, so we know who we're getting this week. No f***ing about this time. No stabbing Ash in the kitchen, no messing around. It's fine, I've gotten over it just about. We're going to go in there and we're going to f*** him up, all right?
Yes.
Ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1. Wait, who's going first, me or you?
Me.
Oh, that's it, you big bold prick, me and my boy. Ah! I wasn't done monologuing, man. Even in death, you smile at me, you positive prick. Right, okay, it's not exactly what I had in mind, but at least it got the job done. Very effective, well done you. So first things first, you need to calm down.
I'm calm!
Calm down, it's over now. Inside voices. And also, I need you to go and get a wood chipper. We need to make this look like an accident. Yeah. I will go and tend to his mother, because that's what I do in this situation. Yeah. Also, side note, I've just realised he's getting back up again. That's actually quite worrying.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm not the one who hit you. I'm not the one who hit you. Oh, no. Get off my friend!
Oh my God. What have you done?
I thought this was what you wanted.
I didn't want this! I can't believe you, man! What have you done?
I've killed someone.
No, not now, you broke the fucking green screen! He's made a cardboard! You silly tit.
Are you having a giraffe?
And now welcome to the Philosophical Corner.
When are the loudest boos in the WWE not directed at Roman Reigns?
Oh, Phil, be still, my beating brain. What is this thick soup that I do sup upon? Also, it's when the Seattle crowd tore into Elias and Kevin Owens! God, that's all my energy gone, that.
Are you alright, mate?
Oh, I feel like shit.
So, Elias and Kevin Owens decided to sit down in front of the Seattle crowd and do their usual shtick, you know, having a strum, having some fun. And then Elias made an offhanded crack about the Seattle basketball team issues. Now, this was something that happened back in 2008. It was like it happened yesterday if you were listening to the boos. They went on for ages. Seriously, I've not seen this sort of negative feedback since an Adam Wilborn list where he does the Titus worldwide thing. I'm not going to do it because it destroys my voice and my sanity. And there were more sustained boos than a f***ing ghost orgy. Like I say, I'm tired. I should have really said the thing went on longer than Triple H and then Shawn Michaels are bad blood. But you know what? Yeah, it was cheap heat. It was definitely cheap heat, but this type of heat is beautiful for these two characters. And it goes to show, this is Kevin Owens at his best. He needs to be a heel because that lovely exchange that they had, when the boos went on, the sustained boo, they looked at each other and they had that little nod in their thing just saying, this is brilliant. This is what we live for, isn't it? And Elias is still like, yeah, dude, I'm thinking the same thing. Let's order a room service afterwards. That's not what I was thinking at all, Elias. We're in a room, focus, mate. I'm gonna get a pepperoni sausage sandwich. What are you do? Yeah, actually that sounds pretty good. But yeah, that's what they were like, right? They were having the time of their life, and I pray to God that it will continue. I pray that they absolutely milk this for all it's worth like we do 10-minute ad YouTube revenue money, baby. Yeah, we're self-aware. Shame on, guys. But the thing is, think about it this way. If Sami Zayn finally comes back, right? Obviously, he's Kevin Owens' best mate from before. So therefore, what if Elias becomes his best mate in the meantime, and then they have to fight for Owens? Can you imagine that as the angle? Fight for Owens! Fight for Owens! Adam Nicholas said that earlier. I've stolen that. Patter thief. After months and months on the sideline, he wasn't actually injured, he was just having his contract frozen by the WWE in quite a spiteful move. Neville, aka Pac, has returned to the indie scenes once more. But not in the arena. Do you think he might have? He could have gone into New Japan. I mean, he had a brief stint with the company and he wowed everyone there. He would have been able to walk straight into the elite status and basically just be a snarling European heel. He would have fit in very well there. But it was not there. He could have gone to Ring of Honor, who would have welcomed him with open arms because of his high-flying aptitude and just rather rad bod. But 'twas not there. He could have gone back to bloody Defiant Wrestling. Could have used the cheap pop, plus I would have been able to say that he and Andy shop at the same ear place. Bloody bats. But 'twas not there, even though he is a boy from Doom the Toon. We're based in Newcastle, he lives in Newcastle. Would have been nice to see him. But it wasn't there, because instead he decided to play nostalgia in the right way, and he went back to his old stomping grounds of Dragon Gate. Which is insane. Now, Dragon Gate has kind of waned quite a lot since his last tenure there, and you only get one return to the Indies. I'm not saying that he blew it. What I'm actually saying is that he's done something quite commendable. He's chosen to basically pay homage to his past rather than just chase dollars. And for that, I have to say well done, mate, for sticking to your guns. Not that the opinion of me means anything to you, you bold goblin. He's not bold. That's just me talking to myself. And there we have it. Those are the most insane things happening in wrestling this week. Apologies if I was a little bit low energy this week. I am feeling rather But we will end the only way I know how by reading my favourite comments from last week's episode where I was away and Phil kindly stepped in to cover me. And there's quite a few here, so I'm just going to do a bit of catch-up, you know, a bit of admin. So we've got Bear Sound who said, guys, cut Brie some slack. It's not like she's a wrestler or anything. I popped quite large at that, thank you very much. And then we had a follow-up from Seth McMahon who said, Brie Bella botches so much I bet even Sin Cara is jealous. Enjoyed that one as well. Then we had this person here called Aurelis who says, the having a giraffe segment may be the best part of the show. Also bring back the feel wheel. It was great. I hope Jules gets his vengeance soon for the betrayal. Trust me, eventually Phil and I will work out the kinks and we'll kill every other presenter here. I don't know why I've started this storyline, but we're going to see it through to the end. I don't even know where it's going. I'm just like Vince McMahon. Then we had the opposite side of the coin from DJ Mark 0503. Very, very original name there, buddy. Not that I'm foreshadowing the fact that I dislike this comment. I could really do without the horrible skits in these vids. They serve no purpose other than to annoy, waste time, and show WWE aren't the only crappy writers around. Please, just stop. Save us the time of skipping through this nonsense. Thanks. Right, now I just want to clarify something, because a lot of people think this is a new show. It's my show, and I do whatever I want on it. If I want to have the stupid giraffe segments, then that is my choice. You don't have to like it, but it's going to be in there every single time, like people asking, who the this presenter. New presenter, get a new presenter. No, I've been doing this now for nearly a year. Get off my dick. Finally, we have a nice little roundup to end on a positive, friendly note, which is Dave White, Striking Dragon, Elias again, and Josh Sapatu, who say the following. Keep trying, Phil. Hashtag justice for the giraffe. Oh, and happy birthday, thank you. Are you having a birthday, mate? Yes, I was. A very happy birthday to Jules. Thank you very much. Happy birthday, happy Jules Sev Day. Thank you for carrying this company. Oh, sorry, that bit there I shouldn't have read out. And as always, a massive thank you to Phil Chambers and Michael Sidgwick for their continued work on the show, and to you, spicy little nuggets at home. Thank you so much for watching. Without you, I wouldn't have a job. So take everything that I've just said with a pinch of salt. I love you very much. Seriously. And as always, I've been Jules. You have been awesome. You can follow me at RetroJ with a 0 over on Twitter. And I'll speak to you soon. Bye.